It is right around the corner, and today I'm getting ready for a little dinner party for 4. I've got some quick and easy recipes for you, and we're going to do a little decorating too. So let's get started. We have pork chops from the freezer. These are ones that I had cut and put into the freezer about a month or so ago. I usually buy my pork loin in what's called a half loin, and I cut it up into about 1/2 inch, 3/4 inch pieces, freeze it in a vacuum seal package, and it's ready to have anytime we're in the mood for pork chops. Now we're going to be seasoning those with some au jus mix, some ranch mix, and some pepperoncinis, and the juice from those pepperoncinis too. We're going to be serving it with brown rice, some green beans, and for dessert, we're going to dip some strawberry wafers into almond bark, add a little sprinkle for color, and maybe even do some pretzels if we have time. So, let's get started. So to my crock pot, I'm going to lay my pork chops in the bottom. Nothing fancy about this part. Now we're having a dinner party for 4, but I have 6 chops because I packaged them into 3 chops per package for the freezer. And that's just the right amount for Papa and I. So I'm going to take my au jus sauce mix, just going to sprinkle that right over. Take my ranch mix, same thing, right on top. Then I'm going to take my pepperoncinis and I'm going to lay them right on top. Spread them around. No need to cut them up, slice them, anything. Just pull them out and put them in. This is also a great way to cook a pork roast. You can also do this with chicken breast. Chicken thighs are very good with this. All right, I think we've got that well covered. Now into this, I'm going to pour some of this pepperoncini juice, probably about 1/2 cup, and that will let us get started cooking. Now the pork chops are going to make a lot of their own juice, but for now, they need a little to get started. So I'm going to turn this on low, and I'm going to cook this for 7 or 8 hours because that's when we're going to be eating supper today. You could do it on high for 4 hours or low for 6 hours. 6 hours. But that will give you perfectly tender, well-cooked chops. So, let me find my lid. And that's all there is to it. Now what's a dinner party without a pretty table setting? So, I've got a few things here, and we're going to get our table set. I got some necklaces for me. Voila. Now, let's set all these over here behind us.
It only took one kiss to know that you're everything to me, everything I need. So tell me now, because I just have to know. Do I make you wanna run away with me? Do I really make you feel
for 4. Okay, let's turn our attention to dessert. Got a pack of almond bark. I'm going to melt about half of it. That should be all we need for coating our little cookies. And we'll do a few pretzels if we have any left over. If not, no big deal. Those will keep for another day. Alright, so we get half of this. And we'll cut it up into the blocks if it doesn't break up on its own. Put this in a microwave safe bowl, and I'm going to melt this on 30-second intervals until we're nice and melty, ready for dipping. Alright, while that was melting, I lined a cookie sheet with wax paper, so they will not stick when we lay them down. Now, ooey gooey creamy. Yum, yum, yum. A little bowl to put this in. Right there. Alright, I'm just going to take my cookie. I'm going to dip it about halfway in. And we're going to shake it off the excess. And I'm going to do a couple, and then I'll add some sprinkles. And just keep going. Whoops. I am absolutely a fan of anything salty sweet. And pretzels dipped in the sweet almond bark, hits the spot. Now, if you've not tried this with like potato chips, Pringles dipped in almond bark, oh my, you must give that a try sometime. There we go. I think we got all that we're going to get out of this. So, we'll let these harden up good. Put them on a fancy platter or a plain platter. Either way, they're going to look pretty. Wait for the crock pot to get ready. And about 30 minutes before we get ready to eat, I'll put some brown rice in the Instant Pot and the green beans with some onions on the stove. And in no time, we'll be ready to eat. So, see you in a bit. The Instant Pot has become my best friend when it comes to cooking rice. I cannot cook rice on the stove and make it turn out right. Don't know why, just can't do it. But in the Instant Pot, I put 1 jar of my homemade chicken broth, which is about 2 cups. I add 1 cup of brown rice. Cook it for 9 minutes, and it's perfect every time. So, that's my go-to plan for rice these days. And it works the same with brown rice or white rice, either one. Now, these are green beans that I canned last summer. And when I can them, all I put in them is a half a teaspoon of canning salt. So there's not really a whole lot of flavor. So when I heat them up like this, I like to add some onions, maybe a little bacon if we've had any, and just give them a little more flavor, along with some salt and pepper. And by the time the rice is ready, the green beans will be ready too, and our pork chops are ready in the crock pot. Now to finish up, we'll put our cookies on a plate, along with our pretzels. We'll put a couple of cookies in each of our little heart bowls that we put on the plates, on the table, and we'll be ready for dinner. We'll make some tea and enjoy a good time with friends. Hope you have a wonderful Valentine's Day with your sweetheart as well. Thanks for watching. See you next time.